with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. This your boy Bubba, and you already know what I'm about to say, right? You are listening to Bubba's Banter. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? But I am anyway. It's your boy Bubba, and you are watching and also listening to Bubba's Banter, y'all. I hope you guys are living well, feeling well. I'm doing good. Welcome back to Bubba's Banter, where we banter on topics of all varieties with the educated opinion, of course. Of course. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody that have watched my last episode, Who Gonna Be the Boys. Yeah, I had to get on some of y'all asses because, to be honest, like it was not about it wasn't about putting on a cape for DL dudes. It wasn't about that. It was about how this trend has trickled into the lives of gay men, and particularly feminine gay men. And I see this shit all the time on the internet, bro, and it's killing me. Like, I'm seeing videos of feminine gay men doing makeup or doing hair, getting their hair done or whatever it is, or dancing. And there's always a woman in the comments saying, "Oh my God, who gonna be the boys?" Or, "Oh my God, what happened to our men?" And all this stuff. And it's like, you don't have ownership over men. You don't have ownership over us. You just don't. And so, honey, let these people live their lives. And to keep it a buck, you know, a lot of y'all are just fucking jealous and projecting your jealousy, because there is a difference between not liking something and being jealous of something. It really is, because a lot of times I don't like shit. I may see a person with, a femme dude do makeup, and I don't necessarily like it, but I don't have the energy or time to get in the comments and say, "Oh my God, this is some faggot shit." Or who gonna be the boys, or what happened to gay men. I don't have the energy to do that to somebody that I may not even like shit like that. But why can't this person just live their life and be who the fuck they are? Are you mad that they can do makeup better than you? Does it hurt your insecurities that as a man, that this man could do makeup better than you? He can do hair better than you. He can strut better than you. He can dance better than you. He has better body than you. Is that what you're mad about, honey? And that's why you're up in the comments saying, "Who gonna be the boys?" You know what I'm saying? You're jealous and you're projecting on people that you don't even know. So yeah, that's the reason why I kind of made that shit, because I've seen it a lot on social media. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who has watched that, and I love you and I support you, and I really want to have those conversations more and more and more, because I think that the bridge between women or the bridge between black women and black gay men is starting to break, and I kind of want to build that bridge again, because I that bridge is important to me. At least to me it's important. So yeah. So y'all know what to do, right? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. And y'all already know it brings me joy. It brings me joy. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, because if you do that, it's gonna get me out in the algorithm and people gonna watch me. And also, it's free. So just hook a brother up, bro. And then I know. Wait, because I'm forgetting something. Go ahead and follow your boy on my social medias, which is the Real Doc Dre, Bubba's Banter Podcast, and my Facebook page, which is Bubba's Banter. All right, now I can say, now I know y'all like to hear this sexy ass voice. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can click the link in the bio or the description. The bio, the descriptions is you gonna see it. You gonna see it. Just click that, and you'll see exactly where I'm streaming at. But if you do use Spotify, please make sure you listen to me on there, because this podcast is hosted by Spotify for creators. Okay. All right, y'all. So tonight, man, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I want to talk about masculinity. I want to talk about the desire for masculinity. As of recently, I have been looking for books on masculinity. I really want to have a understanding of masculinity from different perspectives: a woman's perspective, a heterosexual man's perspective, a gay man's perspective, feminine or masculine. Um, I would love to. I really want to dissect what masculinity is and get all perspectives and images of what masculinity is, because I think it's something that we don't. I feel like it's something that it's such a hot topic, but in the gay community. So it's one of those things that I really want to like dissect and talk about over and over and over and over on my show. So stay tuned for that. But tonight, I really was just thinking to myself the other day, like, why is gay men so obsessed with like hyper masculine, men? Like, we are really obsessed with hyper masculine men. And don't get me wrong, it's kind of sexy, but some of us will go crazy for a man with a blank stare, chiseled muscles, and a Carhartt T-shirt. We would lose all of our morals and respect and dignity just to get a man like that. Straight up, straight up, straight up. Don't tell me you wouldn't, cause some of y'all know. some of y'all already do it. Some of y'all already do it. But anyways, I don't, and I just want to say this too. This episode is not about, oh, you should try to go for different type of men, or you should open your horizons, or you shouldn't like masculine men. Like, that's not what this episode is about. Like, I'm not here to like persuade you to like only want to be with feminine guys, or you should try to date feminine dudes, or you should like, I'm not here to persuade you. I just want to talk about it from a curiosity perspective, and like, I want to talk about it from different things. Like, I want to talk about the psychology of it, the culture, and the fantasy. So, uh, come on in and let's banter. Let's banter. So, let's start from the beginning, or the basics, I should say. Like, the basics, I should say, right? Is that masculinity has always been taught to us as, or seen as well, as strength, leadership, you know, brutes, this power. Power is the big one. It's like the classic idea of the man's man, right? And even though we're gay or queer or whatever you want to call it, we're not immune to conditioning that. You know what I'm saying? We're just not. A lot of us grew up being told that we are too soft, we're not men enough. Um, you a bitch, you know, all that. We've been taught that. And I think when we got to this place of being older, and our desires are desiring, masculinity. Like, masculinity has become king, right? It's become king, especially hyper masculinity, because that's what I'm talking about. Hyper masculinity, right? It's become king. And it's something that it triggers something in us. Because I remember this one time I was talking to this guy, blue collar, because y'all know I like the blue collar dudes. Blue collar, older gentleman, really cute, nice in the eyes. He was really something that I wanted and I liked, right? And it was like, ooh, bitch, jackpot, bing, bing, like, ding, like it was just, it did something for me, because I think a lot of the times, being desired by a man who is masculine feels validating for some of us. It does. And I know y'all hate this word trauma, but it is a trauma response, because some of us who didn't grow up without a dad, or a male figure. Some of us, and I had tons of male figures, but some of us who did not have good relationships with our fathers, you know, it validates that child in us. It's like, we're not chasing the man, we're chasing, our childhood approval. Like, I personally believe that, because sometimes validation does not always mean like sexual. It can also mean like socially. I have a friend who just loves straight dudes. He loves hanging out with straight guys, and I think he's always looking for validation from these straight men. So that's why he talked to them all the time and like be bugging them and shit. Like, But like I think that's more so what this is. It's not about the sex part, it's about the validation. Now the sex is the plus, right? But y'all know straight men don't clean their booty hole, so we don't be trying to we don't be let me stop, bro. I'm getting off topic. And honestly, I think one of the things that we should do too is look at social media. Like social media is a real thing. Like just media in general, gay media in general, like the gay apps, the flyers, like just party flyer, all that shit. Like just look at gay media, and it really does affect, I think how we find our attractions. It really does play into that. I mean, let's keep it honest. If you open up your feed, who you gonna see? Because I know for me, I see thick muscle, fucking bears, fucking daddies, fucking power lifters. I got I got the lumber snacks. I got Wrangler jeans, men in Wrangler jeans, big butts in Wrangler jeans. I got all types of shit. I got all types of thick men popping up on my motherfucking feed. You know what I'm saying? But, and it's not saying that I follow all of that because I don't. I think what happens is that the algorithm sees me tapping on too many motherfucking thick daddies and bearded, muscle men that, that I actually kind of go for. And it deemed that this is exactly what I want. So it keeps sending me that over and over and over and over. I get all the bear admire pages, the daddy admire pages, and all this shit. I get all that. And I don't even be following these pages, but I get it all the time, especially on my explore page. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. When I go on my threads, all I get is nothing but straight power lifter, bodybuilder ass dudes. That's all I get. And I'm like, damn, I really do like straight men, huh? Like, I think that's more so what it is. Like, I talk about them, but like, god damn, it feels like that's all I fucking see on my threads page. It's fucking crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't understand. I'm like, okay, this algorithm needs to change. I need to do something because this is weird. And I like lifting. I love powerlifting. I love seeing other lifters too. So yeah, that could be the issue, but god damn, like, is that where we're at right now? Like, I don't get it. But anyways, um, and then I catch myself scrolling too, and I'm like, damn, does any of us like fit outside the mold? Is any of us outside of this mode of what social media is showing me all the time? Because it's literally the same energy, the same faces, the same song and dance. And I'm just like, okay, like, can we switch it up now? And I get to a point where now I might follow on different pages so I can see different shit coming down my timeline. Because sometimes that shit is kind of exhausting. Because if I'm going to be real and vulnerable, I do have low self esteem, I will say, to a degree. And sometimes it messes with my body imagery. It really does. I think sometimes when I see these dudes on social media getting all this attention, doing less work, getting all this attention, like it's kind of annoying. It's kind of a frustrating feeling because I'm like, damn, I'm doing all this shit just to look good, to get that attention, to like go after that shit, and you motherfuckers ain't putting in no motherfucking work. Well, at least I assume that from the outside looking in, right? Because then I start asking myself, like, am I attractive? Am I enough? Is anybody checking for me? Like, is there versions of me out there that I need to go towards to get the attention that I'm seeking? Like, I start doing all this crazy shit. I really do. And I'm not, this isn't about blame. So let me just say that. It's just the reality of what happens when social media does cultivate the way we see attraction. And I think that's one of the things that is happening here with a lot of us, is that social media has cultivated our attraction. Like, we are attracted to certain people and we go for it, and we're just searching for it so much and so much and so much. And unconsciously, we don't realize that social media is fucking us up, because sometimes it could be like a reality for somebody else and just not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like truthfully, at least to me. I don't know. Um, and also let's get into this part. The DL trade fantasy is still a thing. Like we have to realize that like a lot of us like to go after straight guys in the trade. We do. You know that one in the back of the room that's quiet, the one with the Tim's on in the summer with the Carhartt t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? The one that says no homo after telling you how your smile look all cute and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We like to go after those guys. Like I think a lot of us tend to like to go after those guys. We really do. Um, because there's something seductive about the forbidden. Tell me it's not. There's something about there's something seductive about the forbidden. The man who does not claim his sexuality, you know, who seems unavailable, who seems somewhat uninterested in gay culture, that man becomes the challenge. It's the truth. He becomes a challenge. And let's be real. A lot of us love a project because, and I said us because I'm a part of that. Some of us in my past life, you know what I'm saying? I was a part of that. I love me a project. I love me a project. And nothing screams projects like a dude who can't even say out loud that he's gay or that he's bi or whatever, but wants to slide in your DMs at midnight. There's nothing like it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and we got to get away from that because there is this scarcity mentality, like where hyper masculine men seems rare. They seem rare as fuck. Like they really do. Like they really do. And because we assign so much value to it that um they become like a trophy. Like you gotta collect like a Pokemon. You gotta collect them all, right? Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all, right? Like that's really what happens a lot because we place this high value on hyper masculine men that they became like it feels like they are like rare and that they're not out there, And it's not even about connection anymore. It's about shit. I guess a conquest. Yeah, that's kind of how it comes off, right? And I get it. It feels validating, but you can't build a healthy relationship on fantasy. You can't. You cannot. You just cannot. And it gets to a point where it stops becoming about attraction and then it becomes obsession. And that's when you got to be like, ooh, I'm in some deep doo doo. I need to fix this shit, right? Now, let's shift the focus right quick, just right quick, like a split second. It's like masculinity is not just all about vanity. I think that masculinity feels like safety sometimes, especially for us, black and brown gay boys. Like I think it feels like safety for us, because we live in a world where it's still somewhat punishable to be visibly a gay person living out loud, right? Sometimes it does feel like that. And so I think that when you are around or partnered with someone who is deemed passable or straight acting, it's like, ooh, this armor of safety. It's like you feel safe around someone who is passable enough to be tolerated in a certain environment. Because I mean, I'm gonna be truthful. Like, there's been times where I feel that way. There's sometimes where I butch up when I get around certain environments. I start dropping the N word or like, and I drop the N word no matter what. But I'm just saying, like, it becomes like to a point where like I seem to be like a straight dude. Like, I for real, like I tend to turn hood, and sometimes I've caught myself doing that, in certain environments where I have to feel like I need to butch up so people don't know that part of me. Um, it's like being incognito. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is. Cause I found myself when I go out on dates sometimes where, like, you know, I walk a certain way or I don't want to do PDA or like in certain settings. I watch what I wear, like the crop tops and shit. Like I watch what I wear, um, because it's a survival mode. Like I mean, regardless of what you want to say, I think it's survival mode, and I think it's one of the things that you know um, a lot of black and brown gay boys do not get to do is to you know breathe in our gayness, queerness, transness for the moment, and just be able to feel safe in a way. Like I feel safe genuinely. Generally, I feel safe, especially living in Portland, Oregon. But I can say that in my head, I'm just like, I don't always feel safe. So I have to put on those hats or those masks to like deviate away the danger that I feel like is coming towards me. Oftentimes, and that's a crazy thing that you have to do, but I think that's something that a lot of us, you know, again, black and brown, gay boys, trans, you know, whatever it is, we have to do. We have to do that. I feel like in order to survive, and I know y'all hate this word, but sometimes our attraction is shaped by our trauma or shaped by trauma, I should say. Um, and it doesn't mean that desire is wrong or having a desire is wrong. But I think what should happen is that we should hold space to actually, question it, to ask those questions and try to be curious of why this is the way it is. I think it really is important. Um, yeah. Um, but like, here's the thing. I really want to talk about this too, and I said it earlier in the show, but I'm gonna say it again. Um, I'm not here to expand your horizons, y'all. I'm just not. I'm not here. That's not what this episode is about. Like, I just think that for what it's worth, I think it would be cool to understand why we want what we want. Like that, I think that's cool. Like, not to fix it, not to change it, just understand it. Like, just to understand why we want what the fuck we want. For real, because I've sat back with my therapist and had a lot of conversations with him over the years about desire and my desires and my attractions and the things that I go for and the men that I go for, because I think it's important to realize that attraction really does stem from a lot of different things. Desire and attraction, isn't always logical. It's not. Sometimes it's aesthetics. Sometimes it's rooted in our childhood traumas. Sometimes it's about power. Sometimes it's about safety. And sometimes it's just about wanting that man because he's sexy as fuck and you ready to eat his ass and fuck his butt. Like, I shouldn't say that. So, like, I got kids watching. Nah, I ain't got no kids watching the show. Yeah, I better not be watching my motherfucking show. Because parents, hide your kids because this ain't for them. But nah, for real, like sometimes it's just about that guy that you just want. You just want them. You find them sexually enticing, and you just want them, and that's what it's about. Is it doesn't have a deeper meaning to it, but I'm just saying that it's so. I think it's so important for us to, you know, um, to understand why. You know, I mean, because I get caught up in it too. I get caught up in it too all the time. I thirst trap after certain people. I thirst trapped after the daddies. I love me a daddy. Y'all know who my daddy is. Sexy as fuck, but I like daddies, and I go for tons of older men. I just love the the feeling of a man, and I feel that older men have like that aesthetic and energy. Is the aesthetic gotta be there, but the energy, I gotta feel that daddy energy. I gotta feel it because if I don't feel it, then I'm not. I don't want it. If I don't feel that daddy energy, I'm not gonna go for you. Like I'm just not. Like I don't care if you could be a little older than me, and you could have daddy energy. Now I ain't gonna fuck no. I ain't gonna fuck with nobody that's under 36, like, and not calling them daddy. Like there's just that's not happening. But there's an energy that a man possesses that I deem daddy. And like that's what gets me attracted to a man. And I can't help that. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I can't help it. But, I've I have clocked that about myself, you know, and I'm learning not to shame, or I'm learning not to be ashamed of that, and just be curious about why I like what I like, you know. And I think more of us should be able to do that. I think, you know, I get it all the time. Actually, still, it's about, oh, why you like white men? You like white men? You like white men? And I'm like, nigga, I live in the Pacific Northwest. I'm a Portland native. Portland is like 13% black. Like everywhere I go, I see another white man. Like y'all, like, like y'all. And I'm not saying that I'm not attracted to black men. I'm just saying that, like, my attraction has been taken over because of this level of percentage of people that I see on the day-to-day basis, or in my environments everywhere I go. So like I gravitate towards these people a lot because this is what I like. Now, I don't like every white man. I do care about the aesthetics. My aesthetics is daddy, big bearded, you know, masculine men. That's what I like. I'm not into twinks or all the other shit. I'm just it's not my thing. So, um, yeah, I just, you know, I've learned to just be curious and to break down why I like what I like. It shouldn't be that hard of a thing for us to do that, at least to me. So the takeaway for this show, I would say, is masculinity, or masculine men, just isn't a preference. It's a mirror. It's, you know, our desire, our fears, our trauma, the way we've been shaped by the world, right? Um, and whether you love a muscle bound bro or a soft spoken sweetheart, just know your desire is your story. At least to me, I feel that way. And it's worth listening to that story without judgment, without shame, you know. So at least that's what it is to me. So, all right, y'all. That's it for Bubba's Banter this week. If this episode had you questioning your Explorer page, or that one guy that you always text at 2 a.m., motherfucker, then my job is done here. Anyways, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Follow me on all my social medias, which is the Real Doc Dre Bubba's Banter Podcast, and Bubba's Banter on Facebook. Um, Please send this to your friends, your family, share for your boy, and all those good things. And I'll catch y'all next week. All right. Peace.